Hey everyone, this is Alex, and I wanted to do another book review for you guys because I haven't done a book review in a while. I'm pretty sure the last time I did was Hex Hall and Demon Glass. So the book review I'm gonna do for you guys is the first three books of the Morganville Vampire series written by Rachel Kane, and book number 11 recently just came out. I believe it was November 1st. So, I actually just recently bought that. I haven't read it yet. I haven't even finished Fight Club, which is book 10. And she also recently signed a contract saying that there were going to be 15 books instead of the original 12 that she had. She's added 3 more, so I'm very excited for that. But I'm pretty sure my dad is more excited because my dad is read these also. So, on with the book review. The first 3 books in the series are called Glass Houses, The Dead Girls Dance, and Midnight Alley. These are the small single edition books, but I know that Rachel Kane, or the publishers, have done it where it's 2 books in one. And they did that up until Kiss of Death, I believe. So the next book that they would do 2 and 2 with would be Ghost Town and Fight Club, and then after that would be Last Breath, and then whatever comes after that. So yeah. Oh my gosh, it's been a while since I've read these books, but I have to say that the characters are they're totally amazing, all of them. Eve the goth, Shane the lazy bum in the first few ones. He's kind of like, he's really ridiculous too in his own way. Claire the 16-year-old college student, and Michael the hot angel looking guy. They're all really good books. They're written well. They're written in third person, Claire's point of view, essentially. I know later in the series, I believe it starts with Ghost Town. You kind of get points of views from other characters like Emily, Oliver, Mernon, Michael, Shane, and Eve. I believe. Once again, I haven't read Fight Club yet. I haven't even read Ghost Town all the way, but I already knew what happened anyways. But basically, Glass Houses is the first book, and it starts off with Claire at TPU, which is Texas Prairie University, and it is in Morganville, Texas, which is actually, in reality, it doesn't exist. So for those of you who are probably like, oh, I want to go to Morganville, and it could be the next Forks. Sorry, Morganville doesn't exist. So you won't find it on any map in Texas. I looked, and also it's on her website that Morganville is a fictitious place. You basically meet her, and she gets kind of thrown around the dorm rooms because she kind of crossed the wrong person, Monica Morell. She's actually the mayor's daughter. She crossed her the wrong way. She kind of made her look dumb, and for that, Claire is receiving punishment for the rest of her life for it, pretty much. So, Claire ends up getting banged up pretty badly that she decides she doesn't want to live in the dorms because it's not safe for her. So she ends up finding a place at Glass House, which is owned by Michael Glass, resident hottie of Morganville, and Eve Rosser, goth of Morganville, and Shane Collins, the Shane. I don't know how to describe Shane, in all honesty. There's not enough to describe him, I guess. And so yeah, basically she goes on this adventure, and there she gets herself caught up in the vampires because she learns that there are vampires in the town, and she gets caught up with them in their business. They're looking for a book, and there are two people who desperately want this book: Emily, the town founder, and Oliver. I'm not gonna say much about Oliver, just because I feel like if I mention it, it kind of gives away vital pieces of this information. So, they're both kind of looking for it. Both of them want to control Morganville, but it's really Emily's. Oliver kind of wants it so he can have control over Emily, and eventually Claire manages to somehow find this book that people have been searching for centuries, and she finds it, and then it kind of, what happens at the end of the first one leads into immediately the second one, Dead Girls Dance, and there is more of the book involved. Shane's father becomes involved. You learn a little bit more about Shane's past and as to why he is the way he is in the first one. You learn a vital piece about Michael in the first one, that he's technically in a way dead, and that he's a ghost of Glass House. He cannot leave the house. He disappears during daylight hours. Eventually, it kind of leads to something that takes place in the second one, where he becomes a vampire by choice. He willingly wants to become choice, and you learn that a descendant of his is actually a vampire residing in Morganville and is desperately in love with Emily. It's really ridiculous in the fact that, you know, Claire doesn't want Michael to be a vampire. Though she's not dating Michael, Eve is somewhat involved with Michael. The relationships that go on in Glass House have never really been 100% established. I mean, they're just there. It's like, you know, they kind of ended up naturally paired up, but it works the way it does. It's like that in a lot of books you read, you know, there's never, it kind of just naturally happens, so it leads into that. And then in the third book, you know, Shane's dad is missing still, and there are people looking for his dad, and Eve's brother, Jason, becomes involved, and there's so much going on at this book. I believe at the end of book 2, it's a few weeks before book 3 starts, so it doesn't take place immediately after. But I will be doing a book review of the rest of the series, so I'm just doing the first 3. But you know, I will be doing another part to this book. It's the next 3, and then the next 3, and then the next 3. As soon as 12 comes out and I read it, I will give you a book review on Fight Club, Last Breath, and number 12, because I really don't have one right now. But there's a lot that happens in these 3 books. It's a huge span, but you know, this is all taking place within her first few months of living in Morganville, and with the town residing in. It's like this is all within her first few weeks of Morganville, of living in the town, and basically Emily, in this third one, she ends up signing a contract with Emily, because Oliver ends up offering her a contract at the end of the second one, and she refuses to take the contract, and Emily offers her a contract, and Claire realizes that she has to choose either Oliver or Emily, and Emily's the town founder, so she believes Emily has more power to be able to protect her and the Glass House residents. So she signs Emily's offer, and no one knows about it, except for Emily and herself, and of course Michael eventually finds out. And you know, there's a lot of tension in this third one, because a lot of people realize that, you know, Claire, as young as she is at being 16, she plays a key role now in what goes on in Morganville, and she meets a character who basically runs the town, the character who runs the town. She meets him and his crazy computer, and she learns more about the town, and as she becomes more and more involved, she starts learning the secrets behind the town and as to why vampires are out and they're all living in Texas, and as she learns all this and she starts to pick up pieces, and she kind of learns certain things like Morganville has boundaries that if you step out of them, your mind becomes white. You forget about just about everything except for, maybe that you lived in Morganville. So there's a lot of twists and turns in this series, and it's very good. It's you really you have to have like a good handle on these books. There's so many twists and turns. You kind of have to pay attention because there's clues from other books, like previous books. You won't realize that they're clues until later, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, this connects with that. Oh, it makes sense. There's so much of that in this film, or not film, I'm sorry. In this book, you have to pay attention to even the littlest details. The littlest details are like some of the key things. And overall, I have to say that this was a good book series. The first 3 books, I fell in love with them. I bought them in my freshman year of high school, so they've been around for a while. And I still read them to this day. I spent days during the summer reading them. So they're really good books, and I have to say, if you're at your local bookstore, buy the Morganville Vampire series. Glass Houses, Dead Girls Dance, Midnight Alley are the first 2 books. And, they're really good books. I have nothing really bad to say about them because I felt like, to me, this was just an amazing series. And it's not worldly known, but it is known. And that's all I can really say. But yes, and if you have read them, you can leave a comment down below just to let me know, or you could do a video response on what your favorite book was, because I'd really like to know. Actually, if you guys who read fan fiction of Morganville, I actually have a fan fiction up for it, and it is under my YouTube username, Lily Rose Knight. Is actually my same it's my same fanfiction username over there on fanfiction.net. So, if you like this book review, let me know, and I will continue with the second part. And, that's all I really have to say in it right now. But, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and, I try to keep this short, because all my book reviews are usually long. So that's it, I'm gonna let you guys go. Bye!